just to educate us then and let us know, what can you tell us about what are the Noahide laws, and where do those laws come from? That's the first question.
Okay, so a lot of Jews will tell you that they come from the Bible, that they come from the Torah, and some Christians will even tell you that they come from the New Testament in the book of Acts, Acts 15, but that's not true. Um, I don't know if your readers or your listeners are familiar with the Talmud, but the Talmud was like written many, many years later, 400 years after Jesus. It was written by the rabbis, and it is an extension of the Torah. It is commentary on the Torah. It actually even negates and changes the Torah. And in that Talmud, they listed, so there's the 613 laws that are for Jews. When you read the Torah, it's Jewish law for Jewish people. But in their Talmud, they created a set of laws which are to govern the Gentiles, and these laws are mandatory. So there are seven of them. And at first, Christians hear them and they think they sound good. So these are no idolatry, no blasphemy, no sexual immorality, no murder, no theft, do not eat the flesh cut from a living animal. And the most important one is to set up courts of justice to implement these laws with punishments for transgression. So when you just say that to a Christian, they say, well, these sound like moral laws to me. But what Christians don't understand is the interpretation of these laws. Christians are not in control of what the interpretation is, the rabbis are. So what is idolatry? What Who defines what idolatry is? Well, okay, under the Noahide laws, you cannot believe that God is many, and you cannot believe that God takes physical shape. The rabbis believe that because of the Trinity, um, Christianity is pseudo polytheism, and because God took shape in the form of Jesus Christ on earth, um, and he is worshipped in that form. For those two reasons, Christianity is considered either idolatry or something called shatuf, which is debatable whether it's permissible or not, but it's really not permissible. So, also to say Jesus is God or Jesus is the Son of God is also blasphemy. So, under this rubric, Christianity is considered idolatry and blasphemy, and if a Noahide court were in place, then there would be punishments for this. The highest transgression or the highest form of punishment for breaking any of these laws is death by decapitation. But there's other things going on with Trump. There's this. They're trying to revive the Sanhedrin. There's it. It's not extremely popular yet, but they are trying to revive the Sanhedrin, which tried Jesus for blasphemy. That Sanhedrin wrote a letter to Donald Trump asking him to uphold the Noahide laws. The In the times of Israel, the Jews proclaimed Donald Trump the champion of Noahide law. That was the title of it. Of That was the title of the article. Trump, the champion of Noahide law. Um, they have made many overtures to him to have him understand and recognize these laws. They have recently put out an article stating that if he does not uphold the Noahide courts, that they will be less in favor of his presidency. So they're putting this out there. They are at the very least trying to use Trump. Trump's daughter is involved in that cult. He knows what the Noahide laws are, and he knows what he's doing when he signs Education and Sharing Day. It's very important to know that in one of the bills previously that did discuss the Noahide laws, they defined the Noahide laws as education and sharing, those being the two pillars of the Noahide law. And Chabad admits that now, when they say education in these bills, they mean the Noahide laws. So I truly believe that Trump knows what Habad Lubich and his daughter are involved in and what they're doing, and he definitely knows. Now the question becomes, how much in favor is it of this is he? He did sign Education and Sharing Day, and so he didn't back out of that. And what I mean, a lot of Jewish people think that, yeah, he's going to implement these. That's what a lot of them believe.
Yeah. Well, and so just to back that up again with a source, and again, I got this. This is from your website, just so people know where they can look up the sources. But the website israelnationalnews.com. Okay, this was the headline, November 3rd, 2020. It says, during his almost 4 years in office, Donald Trump has been the greatest supporter of Noahide law in U.S. history. That comes from israelnationalnews.com. That's one important thing to point out. The other one comes from Israel365news.com. And let me read this one really quick. This goes to what you were just saying about the pressure being put on him. Okay. This is recent. This is June 19th, 2024. Adam Berkowitz. And the title to the article is The Key to a Trump Victory in 2024, the Noahide Laws. And he finishes this article by saying, in his first term, Trump ignored the Noahide commandment to establish a God-based justice system. I believe he is paying for that now. I believe the entire world is paying for that sin. I support Donald Trump, but this is conditional support, conditioned on his fixing the court system. He must do it to retain political control, but more importantly, he must do this for universal godliness. So just to back it up, so people know what you're saying, that you get these again from websites and sources, that pressure is put on Trump to back up the Noahide laws. And like exactly what you said, his daughter Ivanka, her husband Jared Kushner, they're known to hang around people that support Noahide law, right? Is that correct? Am me saying that?
Yes, the Habad Lubich movement, and she visits the grave of the main rabbi who spearheaded the modern Noahide movement, Rabbi Schneerson. So she's very much involved in that cult. It's a cult. It's a cult, and she is smack dab in the middle of it, and she converted to that specific cult. People know she converted to Judaism, but they don't know that she converted to the most radical, fanatical form of Judaism that exists. Oh, look, they crowned him the champion of Noahide law for a reason. Okay, that was a major Jewish newspaper that crowned him as the Noahide champion. So, and then you saw that they actually gave him a crown. Did you see that in New Jersey? The Habad Lubich actually gave him a crown.
Okay. Give thanks to Hashem, for his work is good, his kindness endures forever. Presented to President Donald J. Trump for his extraordinary and heroic efforts. I like that very much. To help the state of Israel and the Jewish people. He and his family should be blessed eternally from the Israel Heritage Foundation, July 10th, 2023. I want to thank you.
It was referenced. This was the coin that was being talked about. So notice how it says here. It says most of the preparations for the building of the third temple are already completed by an organization called the Temple Institute, located in the Jewish quarter of Jerusalem's walled old city. There's the coin that you can see. You can see Trump's face on the front of that coin. You can find this at templeinstitute.org. And you can see the vision for the temple right there in the back. Why is this so important? It's important because, again, according to Catholic prophecy, the Antichrist will reign from the third temple. It's, again, why we emphasize this topic is so important, especially if you're a conservative Catholic. If you're a traditional Catholic and you're putting your support behind Trump as being the quote-unquote lesser of two evils behind Kamala Harris, we need to keep Catholic prophecy in mind on these things. Of course, Return the King, we have a video on our YouTube channel, on our Spotify channel called Catholic Prophecy being fulfilled right now. I encourage you all to listen to it, where we talk about the arrival of the Antichrist and the preparations to lead there.